Rebecca Mun, and I'm a senior analyst at S&P Global Ratings, where I cover European CLOs and other structured credit products. This is actually my sixth Global ABS conference. I think it offers a great opportunity to meet all the CLO participants all over the world, and of course, I think the great weather, the sun, and the food is a attraction. Well, it's been a really busy period for CLOs, the busiest since the GFC, in fact. So we'll see if the activity continues. It really depends on whether loan supply and prices remain conducive for CLO formation. CLO liability spreads have tightened. There has been plenty of refis and resets in the US. We've seen a little bit less in Europe. But we'll probably see more for the rest of the year, mostly from the 2023 vintages that are coming out of their non-core period. Arbitrage, the improvement in arbitrage means that we may start seeing more third-party equity investors come back into the market, and it's interesting to see if that continues given the tightening loan spreads. Finally, it'd be interesting to see if the developments that we've seen in the US crosses over to Europe, like CLO ETFs, and maybe we'll see a first European middle market CLO. Credit quality has been generally stable, but as we enter a higher for longer rate environment, there will probably be some issuers that will come under stress. There's also possibly some idiosyncratic risks. For example, maybe more aggressive liability management practices that we could see in Europe. So I'm sure that investors are looking very closely at managers to see how they are repositioning their portfolios. And it's a good time for managers to actually differentiate themselves in these interesting times. I think also investors should look closely at CLO structures and documentation. We've noticed some weakening in CLO structural protections, but we've also seen investor pushback, for example, on lower credit enhancement. In terms of CLO documentation, I think CLO investors have become more sophisticated over the years, but it is evident that in periods like this, where there's just so much demand for CLO paper, that there could be some loosening of CLO documentation. I'm not going to go into details, or we'll be here all day. But if you do want to learn more, come speak to me, Rebecca Mun, or anyone from the S&P CLO team.